person to get to his wits. Those who are cornish, actually. One of the stories is on his back. He looks like a peasant, he's taking his back.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Highland Arts Theatre and our third annual Christmas Eve very spectacular sing-along service. Yes, absolutely. How is everyone feeling tonight? Wonderful. That is the obligatory Cape Breton call and response section of the evening, and we'll now put that to rest. Also putting to rest, as great an idea as it was, I will be now taking off this hat, because as anyone who's been on stage with me before knows, my sweat, yes, my sweats. I don't even know who that was. I think it was Honey Man, possibly. Even she knows. Yes, I sweat. There are a lot of hot lights on, so that very festive opening. And now's the serious part. There's not much serious about tonight. I'd like to welcome you all to sharing your Christmas Eve with us. This has been a wonderful event, one of my favorite events of the 150 or so that we do every year. And this year we loved it so much, we actually decided to do two. So we're all very warmed up now. We just finished a 7 o'clock service, and then you guys are the main course. We got warmed up and the appetizers are served, and now it's Christmas dinner. I'm really excited. There's something, I've said this before, I'm not a matinee person, as people have brought to my attention, even though we are going to have matinees for the winter season coming up. But there's something about being late at night that I think is just right about being in the theater, and especially on Christmas Eve. So thank you for braving the flurries or whatever weather is out there at the moment. And I'm so glad you can join us. This is an even more full house, I think, than the 7 o'clock. So well done. You're my kind of people, and welcome. I'm not going to say too much because this is not about coming to listen to me speak. There are lots of other shows you can come and do that. This is about singing, of course, and most importantly, about all of you joining us and being the star attraction. So thank you for volunteering your time and your efforts. I'll introduce, we've got some merry bands of hooligans up here who we'll go through a little bit perhaps once you've gotten to know them a little bit better. However, I do want to make a special shout out to Glenda Watt, who just finished playing some beautiful bells up in our bell tower. She serenaded us both before the 7 o'clock and then before, and maybe if we're very lucky, she'll play us out at the end of the night as well. So we're so lucky to have her. She's a 4th generation bell tower ringer, and it's amazing to have her every time. Just to give a tiny bit of context, and then we're going to get going in full force. The reason we did this night was a suggestion of a very dear friend and patron several years ago, suggesting that since we have this beautiful, convenient location downtown, and of course the perfect milieu for a night like this, it might be nice to offer something to the public that anyone can come to without any specific attachment to a certain sect or religion or the dogma inherent with that you don't have to feel associated to any of the beautiful or perhaps problematic sides of any of those things. You can just come, enjoy a non-denominational, open-armed Christmas, and sing some songs that you perhaps know from your youth, maybe hear some new songs, and just get to be together, which I think is ultimately what Christmas is about. So we've assembled the finest group of about 250 strangers to sing in our choir. Thank you for volunteering. Some of my favorite strangers, in fact, are here tonight, so I'm glad you could join us. And we're just going to sing some songs. There's some that are more of the traditional hymnal variety. There are some slightly more contemporary ones. I think that the most recent song is about 50 years old, so it's not going to be anything with dabbing or anything like that. But we will hopefully get to spread some cheer, and you can take all of these things in whatever spirit you intend them, whether you're religious, whether you believe in love, whether you believe in family, whether you believe in a nice warm cup of hot cocoa. We've got something for everyone, and I'm so glad that you could join us. So sing along. Technique is not essential. We've rehearsed for about an hour and a half collectively, mostly in our respective showers, so please join us. We're just here so that no matter how ridiculous or shy you may feel, you'll know that at the very least there's about 10 of us up here that you'll at least be as ridiculous as us. So please join in with gusto. There is no point in being shy. We're here to celebrate, to be connected, and to, most of all, share some wonderful music, which is such a big part of our tradition, of course. I'd like to welcome as well, I know that this happens every year, and our 7 o'clock show is no different, and I know right now is no different. We have some international students in the audience who are actually, I'm told, celebrating their first Canadian Christmas. So welcome, we're so happy to have you here. What a wonderful way to share the holiday, and welcome to Cape Breton. We're so glad you're here, and I think without any more further ado, let's get to some singing. So this is an easy one to start us off. We're going to do a few of them together, and then maybe I'll talk a little bit more. But this one I'm sure everybody knows, so sing along, open your mouths, and let's get things going. I heard it from over here. It is Jingle Bells. Let's get this show on the road. Oh, spoilers. Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh, o'er the fields we go, laughing all the way. Bells on mountains ring, making spirits bright. What fun it is to ride and sing a sleighing song tonight. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. A day or two ago, I thought I'd take a ride, and soon Miss Fanny cried, was seated by my side. The horse was lean and gray, misfortune seemed his fault. We got into a drifted bank, and we got upset. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. wedding Christmas song. I was always confused as a little child to hear that song, and I'd think, deck the halls. Who are the halls, and what did they do to you?
I laughed the first time you said that.
I just made it up tonight.
I think that's the hallmark of puns.
All right. I'm the host. We'll introduce the peanut gallery in a second, but this next one is a little more challenging. That was a good warm-up, I think. Is everyone feeling all right? Yes? Good. You sound great. However, I will say I've been very spoiled. Not only did we have the 7 o'clock show, 2 nights ago we did our very first sing-along Sound of Music screening, which was so much fun. And so it's been a very good week for a crowd full of friends and strangers singing beautifully together. So you've got a high standard to live up to. I have faith, don't worry. This next one is going to put you to the test, however. It's one that I hope you know. It's called Do You Hear What I Hear? And it's a beautiful song about all of the senses, and every verse has to do with hearing and seeing and tasting and shouting and all the, the senses. You know the senses, all the senses, taste. So the wrinkle I'm going to propose, and please forgive me because this is slightly archaic and unforgivably gender normative, but what I'd like to propose is adding an echo every line. So we get to the end of the verse, and depending on which verse it is, there's a different sense associated with it. But the male voices, or at least for the purposes tonight, whoever would like to identify as the male voices in the room, we're going to finish what's the traditional line. So, do you hear what I hear? And then the female voices will go, do you hear what I hear? It'll be beautiful. Much better than that. And do you hear what I hear? Do you hear what I hear? So, you got it, right? That's it. That's just like that. No. So sort yourselves into groups as ever you will, but let's give it a shot. I have great faith. It was 7 o'clock. It was a big hit, so be good. And let's give this a try. Take it away, Peter.
Said the night wind to the little lamb, do you see what I see? Way up in the sky, little lamb, do you see what I see? A star, dancing in the night.
This is about the time in the night where I start to realize that after every song I'm turning to everyone and just nodding excitedly like Kermit from the Muppets. But it works. It's good. This next one is Hit. One of my favorites. They're all my favorites because I picked the songs. But it is one of my favorites. I hope it's one of yours as well. And it is called Winter Wonderland. Okay, this is another one of my favorites, and it's a little bit underrepresented. I think it's probably one of the least appreciated, best Christmas songs, and it's a little bit tricky. I think it's a little. It doesn't quite trippingly off the tongue, but I have faith. You guys have proven yourself this far. These guys have already done it once, so it can't be that bad. So buckle up. Put your arms and hands inside the seat, and we're gonna go on a little sleigh ride. So, God bless us, everyone. Take it away, Peter.
Just hear those sleigh bells jingling, ting, ting, tingling too. Come on, it's lovely weather for a sleigh ride together with you. Outside the snow is falling and friends are calling you. Come on, it's lovely weather for a sleigh ride together with you. Giddy up, giddy up, giddy up, let's go. Let's look at the show. We're riding in Wonderland of snow. Giddy up, giddy up, giddy up, it's Fred, just holding your hand. We're flying along with the song of winter in fairyland. Our cheeks are nice and rosy and comfy, cozy are we. We're snuggled on together like birds of a feather will be. Let's take the road before us and sing a chorus or two. Come on, it's lovely weather for a sleigh ride together with you. There's a birthday party at the home of Farmer Gray. It'll be the perfect ending of a perfect day. We'll be singing the songs we love to sing without a single stop. At the fireplace while we watch the chestnuts pop. Pop, pop, pop. There's a happy feeling nothing in the world can buy. When the hearts around the coffee and the pumpkin pie. It'll be like a picture print like Maria and I. These wonderful things are the things we remember all through our lives. Just hear those sleigh bells tingling, ting, ting, tingling too. Come on, it's lovely weather for a sleigh ride together with you. Outside the snow is falling and friends are calling you. Come on, it's lovely weather for a sleigh ride together with you. Giddy up, let's
Very good, guys. A+, well done. Excellent. This next one is, actually no, before we go on, I'm going to introduce our A-team up here. Starting, first of all the way on your left, we've got Mr. Adam Young on the accordion and vocals. Next, Mr. Matt Earhart, who's on fiddle and vocals. We've got the Happy Prince Trio, Miss Morgan Reed, Catherine Woodford, and jumping over Miss Emily O'Leary. As well as recent Vera Lynn star herself, Miss Mackenzie Secchi. Immediately to my right, the wonderful Miss Sarah Walker. Sporting a dress which I learned last time was not candy canes and strawberries, but in fact Christmas bells. So it's educational for all of us as well up there. And stunningly worn as well. Next to my left is the wonderful Kathleen O'Toole. And sporting a little Christmas bauble of his own, Mr. Kieran McGilvery. Soon to be the Mrs. Kathleen O'Toole. Next, we have back from maternity disengagement, the wonderful Stephanie Hennessy. Glad to have you back. And then on the very far end here, the Monroe twins, Aiden and Kevin Monroe. Last and certainly not least, behind me we've got, I don't know if you can totally see, the legendary Red Mike McDonald on the bass. And on the piano, and perhaps later with some other surprises, the fantastically phenomenal Mr. Peter McDonald. I think I mentioned before, but up in the sound booth way behind you, giving up their Christmas Eve as well, we have the wonderful Ken Heaton on the lights and projections, as well as Ohan Vandermeer, who's keeping us all sounding so. I should also mention Kathleen's doing double duty as our bar mistress of the evening, along with Rachel Murphy, who's also up in the balcony, getting to watch this time instead of minding the till at the front. So we're very lucky. We have the best team I could have imagined up here volunteering their Christmas Eve evening. Not once, but twice, most of them. So thank you to all of them, all of everyone, and let's continue with the show.
We should also mention, I don't think you introduced yourself, Wesley. Wesley Colford, I'm sure everybody knows him, that makes it all happen.
Oh, well. Thank you, Anna. You know who I am. Thank you so much. Okay, we're going to continue with another one of those really lovely and a little bit underrepresented ones. This also has a title that is a question, which seems to be a theme. And this will feature a lovely reading in the middle of it by Kieran Linus McGilvery. Peter, if you'll be so kind, take it away.
What shepherds watch our country, shepherds abiding in the fields, keeping watch over their flock by night. And lo, the angel of the Lord came down upon them, and they were sore afraid. But the angel said unto them, Fear not, for behold, I bring you good tidings of great joy, which shall be to all people. For unto you is born this day in the city of David a Savior, who is Christ the Lord. And this shall be a sign unto you. You shall find the babe wrapped in swaddling clothes and lying in a manger. And then there was with the angel a multitude of heavenly hosts praising God and saying, Glory to God in the highest. On earth, peace and goodwill toward men. And that's what Christmas is all about, Charlie Brown. This is Christ the King, whom shepherds love and angels sing. Praise to bring him God, the babe, the Son of Mary.
Out of curiosity, is there anyone here tonight who it's your first time here tonight, either by applause or raising your hand, or well, let's say applause. Anyone who's the first time? Welcome, and I'm so glad you joined us. I presume the answer is everybody else, but is there anyone here who's been to one of these Christmas Eve nights before? So I'm just curious, because this was a bit of an experiment, and I mean, so far I think very successful, but obviously, those of you that have come before, you prefer the 9 o'clock, I take it. So we shouldn't stop that, we should continue that. Okay. Maybe we'll do an 11 o'clock next year. No. I'll be by myself. But in a couple of years, right? Anyway, that's okay, that's good to know. We had a great turnout at 7, a great turnout now. I love doing it. I told these guys they only had to do 1, and I think just about everybody's been here for both, so obviously people are enjoying themselves. We're going to do another song about a baby whose mother is Mary, which is a weird coincidence, but it's like every song in the 50s is about Johnny or Susie, and every Christmas song seems to be about Mary, and I don't understand why, but it is a great song, totally different in tone and in musical style, and I completely confess that all of us are far too white to properly do this song justice. So I'm trusting that there's more diversity in the audience and hopefully on stage as well next year. And in the meantime, please bring all of your soul into this song. It's a great one, made famous by Boney M. And it is called Mary's Boy Child. Let's take it away. Yeah, that's right. Long time ago in Bethlehem, so the Holy Bible say, Mary's boy child, Jesus Christ, was born on Christmas Day. Art thou here, the angels sing, a new King's born today, and there will live Everyone's doing all right? Is it really warm in here, or is it just because we did this?
It's cold up here.
Well, the heat's off, so I'm sorry. It's just all the righteous fervor, I think. We're going to do another traditional one, but with a little bit of a twist in it. So buckle up again, and let's take this for a ride. This is called "God Rest Ye, Merry Gentlemen." One, two, three. In Bethlehem in Israel, this blessed babe was born, and laid within a manger upon this blessed board, and which his mother Mary did nothing take in scorn. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy. And God our heavenly Father, a blessed angel came, and unto certain shepherds brought tidings of the same. How that in Bethlehem was born the Son of God that name. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy. One more round of tidings. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and Oh, that was excellent. Well done, everyone. So, Mr. Peter McDonald is a man of many talents, and since we have him here, and since it's Christmas, and since we have a 20-foot pipe organ hiding behind the projection screen, we thought we might as well take occasion to exercise both his fingers and said organ. Anyway, it's a 9 o'clock show. You guys knew what you were coming for. We had an alternative scheme where for every song we had to take off one article of clothing, but we decided against that, so we're not doing it. Anyway, this is why I do scripted material usually. Peter McDonald is going to grace us with some organ for the next 2 numbers. This is a little medley of songs with an angelic theme. And what better angels than all of you? So thank you. I know. Take it away, Peter.
Joyful
Peter's moving back to the grand piano, I have one other special commentary for you. Because it's the 9 o'clock show, I worry that maybe I shouldn't say this, but I'm going to say it anyway. So I take great pride. I really try to do all my Christmas shopping in the downtown core as much as possible and support local businesses, as we all love to do. And today I was doing the end of my shopping. I didn't start today. But there's a few quick things on Charlotte Street. And I discovered, I missed this somehow, where the Finishing Touch building was, there's a new store that's moved in. And some people know it's a sex shop, which I hadn't realized was coming to Sydney. I didn't get a chance to go in today, but it's up by anyway. Well, it's in the Finishing Touch building, and the thing is, I don't know what it's called. But in the meantime, the sign is still up that says Finishing Touch, which, I mean, they could save a lot of money on signs. I'm just saying. So I don't know if anyone knows whose store that is, but I think it's a good idea if anyone wants to pass that on. Anyway, Merry Christmas. I'll be resigning now. It's the 9 o'clock show. You guys know. Now that I've completely ruined the mood,
Merry Christmas, everybody.
we're gonna do perhaps the holiest of songs. That wasn't even supposed to be a pun. I'm sorry. Let's reset. Well, now I'm blushing. Sorry, Mom. Midnight show next year. That's right. This is why I'm on script. The next song is another favorite, I'm sure, of many of you. It is done beautifully by Mr. Greg Woodford every year in our production of A Christmas Carol, and we get to all do it tonight. So thank you for forgiving me for that last bit of patter, and let's all move on together with this beautiful song.
Come, make the world
Thank you. The fun's not over yet, though. We've got a few more great ones. This one is another classic Cape Breton Christmas carol. I don't exactly know where in Cape Breton Killarney is, but it's got to be near Marguerite or somewhere. So this one, I know everyone will know. Feel free to get up and dance if you like. You've been sitting still for a while. And this one as well is going to feature the two boys on the end, the accordion and the fiddle, and of course the tin whistle over here. Take it away, Mr. Peter McDonald. Time for my 10-minute break. Oh, I'm not as young as I was 2 years ago. This next one is a really lovely arrangement of another beautiful song. We picked only the beautiful ones. I don't know if you've noticed. Hopefully many of you have heard this arrangement. If you've been here before, you've definitely heard this. But it's a song that was put together by two music icons many years ago now, several years at least. Mr. David Bowie and Bing Crosby, who of course both left their mark on this world in many ways, and around Christmas not the least of all. Certainly Mr. Bing Crosby. This is Little Drummer Boy, which they arranged a sort of original counterpointal part that lays on top of it and creates some lovely harmonies. So if you know this arrangement, feel free to jump in on that second higher section. If you don't, you can just sing the normal, regular melody. That is very acceptable, no shame in that. I'm just going to catch my breath a little bit more before we continue. But we should have enough people here to cover both parts, and please feel free to join in whichever you're most comfortable in. This is the Little Drummer Boy, and even though we don't have a drum on stage, I like to think there's a drum in all of our chests. So. They complained when I used the jokes I did earlier, so now I'm trying, guys. I'm sorry.
Doing great.
Thank you. This is dedicated to David Bowie, who I think just passed away the first year we did one of these, and to Bing Crosby. And let's do this.
Our finest
got choked up by that. It was so good.
We had no words.
Lovely, everyone. So I would be remiss if I did not take a moment in this evening, since I have you all captive here at the Highland Arts Theatre. It would not be a Highland Arts Theatre spectacular Christmas Eve service if I didn't take a few spare moments of your time to make sure you knew this was the last literal moment to get your ticket packages for the winter season. If you have not, hey, that is the reason that you are being paid zeros of dollars to be here tonight, is those packages. So don't, oh my God, me. Oh my God, as appropriate. This is not a commercial, but if you have not yet got your ticket package, please come and see us after the show or go online, because at midnight tonight, that is it. The deal is over. 5 shows for $75. You cannot do better than that. And they are literally the things that keep the heat on and the lights on in this building. Plus, you get to have 5 amazing nights out over the next 5 months. So if you haven't already gotten those packages, I hope you come and see us. It's going to be an amazing season. End of commercial. Oh, and it's like, oh yeah, everyone that doesn't have gifts for anyone yet, this is a great opportunity, so take advantage of it. We've got calendars too, we've got lots. Anyway, this is end of commercial, that's it. Just saying, it's gonna be a great season, and you don't want to miss it, and you can save more than 50%. This next song is all about the true spirit of Christmas shopping, and it's called Silver Bells. City sidewalks, busy sidewalks, passing holiday side. In the air there's a feeling of Christmas. Children laughing, people passing, meeting smile after smile. And on every street corner you'll hear silver bells, silver bells, silver bells. It's Christmas time in the city. Ring a ring, ring a ring, ring a ring, ring a ring. Soon it will be Christmas Day. City street lights, even stoplights, twinkle bright red and green as the shoppers rush home with their treasures. Hear the snow crunch, see the kids bunch, listen to Santa's big scene, and above all his bustle you'll hear silver bells, silver bells, silver bells. It's Christmas time in the city. Ring a ring, ring a ring, ring a ring, ring a ring. Soon it will be Christmas Day. Oh, the weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. And since we've no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. It doesn't show signs of stopping, but it comes and corn for popping. The lights are turned way down low. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. When we finally kiss goodnight, now I hate going out in the storm. But if you really hold me tight, all the way home I'll be warm. Though the fire is slowly dying, and my dear, we're still goodbye. As long as you love me so, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know. of the evening. We're not quite at the end, but we are nearing it. Was everyone handed out a candle when they arrived? Well, if you were wondering, why was I given a candle at a church sing-along Christmas Eve night, the mystery is about to be revealed. If anyone doesn't have a candle, feel free to just wave your hand around. We want everyone to be represented. And Mr. Kieran McGilvery, or if not, if there's anyone in the balcony, there's some big bushels of candles. Oh, someone's already way ahead of me here. So here's the game. We've done this 3 years now, and 3 times before tonight. We're putting a great deal of trust in all of you, 250 of our closest strangers. Please do not burn down this building. Next year we'll have a fire station right across the street. It'll be fine, but this year, please just be responsible. And you guys are speedy. Oh my goodness. Okay. So if you haven't been here before, if you're wondering what's going on, we are going to sing Silent Night. We're going to sing 3 verses with the band, with the piano, and then on the 4th verse, we're just going to let the music drift away, the instruments, and we're just going to let the voices shine. And is there anyone who's desperately missing a candle? Wave frantically. A few over there? Okay. There's baskets somewhere. Kieran, where's the candles? You got it? You got it. Okay. I still need one. Oh, there's one here. Thanks. Okay. Is everybody candled? We can keep lighting as we start the song. This is beautiful already, though. So, 3 verses, and then we'll bring the lights way down. And then after that, we'll just take a second. If you have a drink handy, get a few drops ready, because we'll do a little Christmas toast. And then we'll sing the last song. Peter, let's take this home. There is something so intrinsic to our DNA about gathering in dark rooms, singing songs, sharing laughter, sharing tears, sharing fire, and getting to just be. And it's something that, unfortunately, we are deprived in on society. We are so censored, and we often have so many layers of things between us. And to be able to be here right now with all of you is so special. So thank you, all of you, all of those of you I love, those of you I tolerate. You know who you are. No, the people I know intimately, the people that I don't know their names but see every month in this theater, thank you for joining us. The people that are here for the first time, thank you for joining us and sharing this night, this holy night, halfway through the dark. It's very special to me. It wasn't until we all lit candles that I realized quite how many of you there are. This is incredible. And I probably said the best things I'll say at the 7 o'clock show, but I just want to really take this second and just acknowledge all of us here and all of you and all of us together. This doesn't get to happen very often, and I'm lucky. I'm luckier than most. I really believe it's not an accident that everything we do all year, not just tonight, but every show we do, every concert, every performance, is a version of this. It's not quite as intimate maybe, but to get to be here and share stories and share laughter and tears, that's what I love. That's why I do what I do. To be able to be in this building and with all of you and Cindy and Cape Breton is such a gift. And so thank you, and thank you for taking time away from your families and from Santa Claus tonight. I couldn't ask for a better Christmas gift, and I am so glad to have all of you here. So thank you, all of you. And if you have a, thank you. If you have a drink, let's do a toast. Happy New Year, happy life, happy light, Slà Shiva. Merry Christmas. We're going to do one more song, and then we'll let you all get home to your St. Nicholas. If you missed it on the way in, this is not what the night is about, but there is a box for donations by the doors. If you happen to have some spare change, it's always appreciated. Do not worry about it if you don't. This is not a fundraiser per se, but certainly anything you want to contribute will always be used to continue to make nights like this happen. If you'd like to make a donation of $30 or more, we are now a charity, and so we can give you a tax-deductible receipt, which I know some people are very interested in this time of year. So come and see us at the front, or you can always go online as well, if that's of interest. And if it's not, disregard. But again, thank you for being here, and here's to another 150 nights of shows in 2020. Yes. We've got one more song. Let's get it up there, and God bless us, everyone. Merry Christmas, everyone. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Let your heart be light. From now on, your troubles will be out. home safe and Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.